OR gate, which does basically the same thing, but where his is worried about, I'm not sure. I know he explained it in the video, but this one, only one switch can have power. If you have it powered up to 2 or 3, only one of them can have power. So if I turn that on, then that's the one switch that has power, and the door lifts. Now if I were to turn it off, then neither switch has power, and the power turns off because there's no power going to the logic gate, and it'll close. And you can see, oh yeah, that there are over 100 plants pillar glitched into there. I don't remember how many, but there are a bunch. And that is the switch we turned on up at the Widow's Walk. That's where it's wired to. And that is an AND gate, which means that switch up there, plus the other switch that's wired to it, and I'll show you that in a minute. Both of those have to be switched on in order for this to get power. And once this gets power, that's what sets off the fireworks display, which I actually ended up moving down over there. And then we have my super secret spy car, and this one's an upgrade to my current one. And I'll show you my current one in a minute. But that is a laser turret that has been glitched into a kitty car from the Nuka-Cola Kitty Kingdom. So I thought that was cool. And then if you notice, the concrete here is not flat, so I went ahead and glitched in and pillar glitched 2 cabinets, just like the one back there. Turned them around backwards and glitched them on, or glitched them down, so that we've got a nice flat edge all the way across. And okay, we're gonna go ahead and turn off our. We'll turn this one on. Now both of them have power, and because it's an AND switch, only one of them can have power, which means it stops relaying power and the door closes. And then a little flagpole. You can see I put fence all the way around, and that's not the fence that was there. I rebuilt all of that. And then here is my finished super secret car. You can see I glitched in some lights, searchlights. I don't know why they're not turning on. They were turning on. It may be because I've just overbuilt this thing way too much. And I lined the driveway with picket fences. Oh, a little bit of a drop there. Kind of froze on me. Yeah, I way overbuilt this thing. Then I kind of like this. I wanted something to hide where those railings were broken, like there. So on this side I put just Christmas trees, and those are all pillar glitched into the flower pots or the planters. And then, oh yeah, that was my wife's idea. It's actually a handicap ramp, so you can get up and down there. And another one over here. My wife is actually handicapped. Sometimes she's in a wheelchair, so it's something I actually did for her for real at our house. And then to hide the other side of the railing, oh yeah, you can see the pillars. Well, they're actually concrete walls. They look like pillars. I glitched those in, but they wouldn't go quite all the way in, and I'm guessing it's because of the railing at the bottom. So I got them in just as far as I could and fixed all the pillars. So all of those are fixed. And I wanted and I did the same thing with the sectional upstairs. I don't know if you saw it. I don't think I pointed it out, but I put a bench here and then put them together so it's kind of an L shape or a sectional. And that goes into our dining room, which we already saw. And, oh yeah, it was funny. One of the ghouls came back and was sticking through the floor here. My wife said I should leave it and just tell everybody it's a chandelier. But as funny as I thought that was, I couldn't bring myself to actually do it. Okay. Go back into that for a minute. I want to show you something. I meant to point it out up when we were on the second floor, and I forgot. And this took a lot of work. I actually filled this in. There are nearly 400 floor mats to fill this in. Now uh, I was continuing on, and then on the other side of the wall, they started coming through. Now, if you do it right, you can actually get it pretty close, probably closer than this, but if you see the little round parts, I was using those for measurements, and I found that if on the first 3 levels, and I pulled this out deliberately, if you start with putting the next row back 2, and then 2 more for the first 2 rows, and then 1 to 1.5 for the remaining rows, it actually follows the contour of the roof a lot better, which it took me some practice. I didn't really want to rebuild all of this. Like I said, there is over 400 floor mats in here to get that roof patched as much as I did. I ended up going through like 8 shipments of rubber, and that was just on this roof. That's not including all the other floor mats in the house. It was a lot. It surprised me how much it took. So let me put this back over here. And up here, I went ahead and put some floors just to kind of hide all the trash and stuff. There's just a little bit sticking out there. And then I pillar glitched in heavy machine gun turrets. Now I left those out deliberately. 1, so you could see them, and 2, if I ever have to fix them, it'll make it easier. And you can't see them. I did a good job. Well, actually, that one you can see a little bit. There's actually 2 levels, so there are 8 turrets glitched into that. So that thing has a defense rating of 64 all by itself. That's not including my super secret spy cars, which my spy car, yeah, you can see it smoking there. I glitched in a generator just so I could get the exhaust. I didn't really need it with that electric, or with the nuclear reactor, but I thought it was cool that it would actually have some exhaust coming out of it. And then shotgun turret, and then 2 spotlights for the headlights. And pillory. Now I thought about closing the pillory, but I don't have a companion with me, so I thought I'd just leave it open. I really didn't want a companion here while I showed everybody the house. So, and from back here you can get a look at the roof. You can still kind of see from this angle how it goes through, but if you're looking at it from above or even at ground level, you really can't see those holes anymore in that roof right there. And good look at the sunroom. That sunroom, wow, I had been trying to do something nice with that since day one, and that one right there just made my day. Okay, and you can see where I had to switch levels. It was actually easier to put a post in there from the barn, and unless you're really looking, it's kind of hard to tell. But it made it easier when I had to switch levels because of the ground. I went ahead and put a gate over there because of that secret room, and I've got the welcome mat, the fast travel mat, up in that secret room. I have to, when I have to go get supplies, I have to go and fast travel back to Nahunt. I'm probably mispronouncing that, chapel. But I have to go to the chapel over there and then walk over. So I think that's just about it. Let's do a quick walkthrough real quick and see if there's anything I missed that I wanted to point out. And yeah, there's my sectional. And that's just 2 couches, rug glitched together, little chase. That's just good placement. That I didn't glitch that in at all. Now I do plan on doing this again and putting in the rugs from the Creation Club, and when I do, I haven't decided whether I'm going to use mods or not. I usually don't use mods. I've only used them once or twice, but there are a couple of mods that I have used before that I do like, and that was the All Settlements Extended and the Scrap That Settlement and the Cheat Room. Those are the three I use when I do, and I usually don't until I'm right at the end of my game because I want to. Now I don't have the picket fences for statues yet, so I just put Vault Void up there. I thought that was kind of fun anyway, especially with that thumb right in front of the pillory. I don't know what he's going to do with that thumb, and I'm not even going to ask. So last up, I'm going to, there is my fireworks display. I'm going to set off my fireworks, but we're going to walk around this way because I've got something I really want to do. And that is the other switch. So as soon as I step on this switch, it should launch all of the fireworks, which I set. You saw the ones sticking up. Those aren't pylons. Those are actually delays. And the way I've got it rigged is it goes from the and switch to one delay to a fireworks cannon to another delay to another fireworks cannon to another delay to the last fireworks cannon, so that it's all staggered. So go over here and we'll step on this. If I counted everything right, and I may not have, I am a veteran, so you've heard of the 21 gun salute. That should have been a 21 firework salute. And I don't mind saying I got schooled in Fallout 4 settlement building in the no mod shop class. Thank you very much, Paul. I have spent a month building this, and this is just one settlement. If I was to try to do every settlement this well, I'd be here a year. That gives a whole new level to playability. And I could not be happier, and I could not thank you more, Paul. And thank you all for joining me on my little tour. And, oh yeah, actually the fence, it does curve around. And I do have a suggestion for Paul, which I will email him about. And that is for a new section in the schooled zone. And we'll see what he says. And actually, I think that's lighting up even without that, because I've got, it wasn't doing that before I put the exhaust in my super secret car. But as soon as I did, and I put that in there, which that's only there so I could do the true pillar glitch and get power to everything, because the exhaust generator wasn't enough to run all three. I wish those were working. I wonder why they're not. The only thing I can figure is maybe, you know what, let's go see real quick. And I've got a terminal right here, and let me see if maybe I nope. Spotlight control. We'll turn it on so that it's focused on me, and we'll see. Yeah, now they're on. Now they're on. And not sure what happened. It was a lot better. It was perfectly lined up. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe when I fast traveled away and came back, it moved or settled or just didn't render quite right. But yeah, you do get a good sense of what it was supposed to be and how it did look. I just wish it still looked that way, because I thought it was cool, but you know. All right, well, thank you all for joining me. Everybody, good luck in the contest. I hope you had as much fun building your settlement as I had building mine, and I will leave with that.